right, we are back with a preview and predictions of the women's semifinals, where we've got Sabalenka, we've got Svitolina, we've got Vondrousova, and we've got Ons Jabeur, all dueling to try and win their first Wimbledons, make it to the final for glory. And yeah, they are the four best. There were some big upsets in the quarterfinals, obviously, with Swiatek and Rybakina going out. So we're going to take a look at those. How did it happen? And then we're going to break down these semifinal matchups where these ladies are going for glory. Let's get into it. Thanks for being here. Oh, right. All right. What a tournament. What a tournament. Both sides super exciting. We've got, like we said, very interesting set of semifinals here for different reasons too. There's a lot of kind of, there's some, we haven't really talked about it this Wimbledon, but if you think about it, last year, Russians and Belarusians were not allowed to play at Wimbledon. Now in the men's, we've got Daniil Medvedev, who's obviously Russian. And in the women's, we've got Sabalenka, who's Belarusian, and then we've got Svitolina, who's Ukrainian. So a lot of politics being played here in the semifinals here of Wimbledon. And I've heard that some, the Wimbledon organizers are not stoked. Imagine if Svitolina and Sabalenka make the final. They're not going to shake hands. Will they even pose for photos before the match? Are they going to do any of that stuff? Are they going to talk to each other at the ceremony? All I know is I bet you there's some people organizing Wimbledon who are sweating. They're sweating. So let's get into it. Shout out to our sponsors. Cool Bet. Stay cool. Bet responsibly. If you're going to bet, take a look at the odds here for the women's semifinals. They got Jabeur or Sabalenka as the favorite against Jabeur. And they got Vondrousova as the favorite against Svitolina. So take from that what you will. Check out AG1 if you want to get extra, better nutrition in your body daily. AG1 is a great way to do that. It's a daily habit that I don't always follow, but I try to. And trying is what's important. And shout out to Go Sport. Secure the bag, the best bag in tennis. Premium tennis bags from Go Sport. Check out the links below. That helps out the show. So, what do we got here? We got Sabalenka trying to win her second major of 2023. We've got Ons Jabeur, who just vindicated herself from her loss in the final last year. She beat Rybakina in the quarterfinals to make the semifinals. Very good performance there. Svitolina, wild card, coming back after giving birth to make the semifinals, arguably playing the best tennis of her career right now, playing awesome. And Vondrousova, just like one of those pros. She's all tatted up, all up the arms. She's an absolute machine out there. And she's looking very ominous as well. So these are just super competitive semifinals. And let's take a look at how they got here. So obviously, Svitolina takes out Swiatek. Now, I watched a lot of this match, and the whole time it seemed that the ball striking from Svitolina just seemed more comfortable on the grass. Swiatek improved her game on the grass. She looks more comfortable out there, but just the cleanliness of the ball striking, the flatness of the ball striking from Svitolina compared to Swiatek seemed to just pay off more when Svitolina was being aggressive, when she was attacking. She's got through the court easier. And it was just, her timing looked great. She was running around, hitting the ball, counterpunching, attacking. Everything just looked great. And it looked like she needed less effort than Swiatek to get the same result. So, that's just a monumental win for her. Just looking at the stats here. 9 double faults, 5 aces, whatever. Just too many unforced errors from Swiatek. 41 on the day, which is a lot in 3 sets. 37 winners still, but just kind of not the cleanest match from Swiatek. And 82% first serve won from Svitolina. So maybe it's the serve that's still holding Swiatek back on the grass. It's not just start. You can't just start the point on grass because your opponent is not going to be starting the point. So that's a huge win for Svitolina. Takes out Swiatek, one of the favorites for this title, obviously. And she'll play Vondrousova, who takes out Pegula, who's the 4th seed, who wanted to be in the semifinals big time. But Vondrousova is a machine. Like I said, she hits a huge ball, lefty. You see 7 aces. Only 68% of her first serve points won. Only 32% of her second serves. So obviously great returning from Pegula. Net points, 11 out of 17. She showed serious class at the net there. Yeah. Again, tight match, very tight match with Pegula. Vondrousova, though, comes through. So we've got the unseeded players on the top. Svitolina, wild card. Vondrousova, unseeded, versus, either the 6th seed or the 2 seed on the bottom. So 6th seed, Ons Jabeur takes out Rybakina in, a match where it looked like Rybakina was going to win this for the first 2 sets to me. And then Ons Jabeur squeaks out the second set and then kind of runs away with it in the third. I was not able to watch the third, but if we pull up the recap here, take a look at the stats in the third, that might tell us a little bit of a story. First serve points won there for Rybakina, only 40%, and then 38% on the return on the second serve. So either Ons Jabeur had the best returning of any human ever, or maybe something physically went down with Rybakina in that third set. Again, wasn't able to watch the third set. You can tell me. But yeah, in the match, overall winners 35 for Ons Jabeur. She did look like she was hitting the ball big. She was going for her shot. She was not going to go down not swinging. Which I liked because it seems like she didn't play her best last year in the final. It seemed like she didn't go for her shots. She kind of played a little bit not to lose instead of to win. So that's a huge result for Jabeur. You got to feel happy for her. She really wants that first major. You can tell, obviously. So she's in the semis, and she's going to be playing. My pick to win it. Actually, my pick was Rybakina. I will say that. My pick was Rybakina. Sabalenka, though, ominous as ever, just absolutely jacked machine out there, and she takes out Madison Keys in the quarterfinals. 6-2, 6-4, fairly routine. 75% first serve points won, big time. 52% second serve points won. Yeah, just good stuff. Only 14 unforced errors, only 2 double faults. So Sabalenka, the only player to get into the semifinals in a 2-set win in the quarters. So who's going to be fresher? We got Sabalenka, Jabeur. What do you guys like? I'm leaning Sabalenka. Obviously, I think she does have a bigger game. She has a less diverse game, though, but she does move. Everything looks so good for her right now. So Jabeur is going to do her best. She's going to throw in the slices. She's going to play the beautiful all-court game. And if she can really go for her punches like she did against Rybakina, Jabeur can definitely hurt Sabalenka, and I would not be shocked if this was 3 sets. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm very, very excited for that match. And then Svitolina versus Vondrousova. To be honest, let's just see what happens. Both girls, women, ladies hit it big. Vondrousova, though, I've never watched a full match of hers in my life. I will be straight up with that. But I do love the arm tats. It looks very cool. Looks very scary. So we'll see. Yeah, you feel like the Cinderella run is going to get continued by Svitolina here, and it would be super interesting to have a Ukrainian versus a Belarusian in the final. But we'll see. We'll see. So those are great matchups. If I had to pick, I'm leaning Svitolina and Rybakina. So those are my picks. Or sorry, Sabalenka, not Rybakina. She's out. Sabalenka is my pick on the bottom to take out Jabeur in 3 sets, and Svitolina in 3 sets over Vondrousova, but it would not shock me at all if Vondrousova makes the final based on what I saw against her in her match against Pegula. So yeah, that is a preview of the ladies singles semifinals. It's going to be good. I can't wait for it. What a few days of tennis we have ahead of us. Thank you for being here. If you have not yet, hit the subscribe button. That helps us out. Click the links below to get around our sponsors, and we will see you guys after the semifinals.